Hey, what's up YouTube? We're back with another video. So today's topic is going to be something which I can pretty much guarantee has either happened to you before, you're either going through this right now, or this is going to happen to you at some point. And that is when you create content in your business, on the web, you will reach a point where you feel so fed up with editing everything that you put out there onto the internet, because this is something that has recently happened to me. However, I now do something which has made my life 1,000 times easier. So I'm going to share that with you, and you can use this in your own business when you create content in whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. But this is mainly going to be when it comes to making videos in your business, because videos really are the backbone of a lot of online businesses now. If you're not on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, creating some type of video content, then you're being left behind, because it is one of the best forms of content creation that you can put out there on the web to build your trust, your brand, and your credibility. So let's discuss exactly what I've done and how you can adopt this same routine and the same system when you do your own stuff, so that you don't feel fed up, you don't feel burned out, and you can just start to enjoy your content a lot more. So one of the problems that I had in my business quite a few months ago was I used to make videos for this YouTube channel and also other platforms as well, but I went through making, it must have been 25 odd videos, 30 videos. And I got to the point where I had to edit the video. So I used to put it into my video software and then go through and edit and take things out and put some cuts in and all of this. As you know, as this is what you generally have to do. And I got to a point where I was just feeling burned out after every single piece of content that I used to make. Because making the content was actually easy. Like these videos that I make here in my car, these are actually easy videos to make. However, the worst part of it is the editing that goes in after you've made the video, because you've then got to sit through your entire video, listen to your own voice for 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes, half hour, an hour, and you have to go through the entire video yourself. So you end up spending more time editing the damn video than you do making the video. And this is the situation I was faced with. And maybe you're going through this right now. And if you are, don't worry, because I'm now going to share with you something that I now do, and it's so much more enjoyable. It's so much easier, faster, more enjoyable, and you can get so much more done. So I went through all of this quite a few months ago, and I sat there and I even got to the point where I was finding excuses not to upload as many videos as I would like. And when I say upload videos, I'm talking videos that I upload to the internet, to like places like YouTube, places where you have to edit the videos. I'm not talking about these shorts that you can create for, like 25-second short videos. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about medium to long form content, 10 minutes plus. Because a lot of the editing can take so much time and it can take it out of you. I know this myself. So what have I decided to do different, and what do I now do? Well, you might have noticed a little bit of a change that I've made on my YouTube channel here, because I now don't edit my videos. So what you see is what you get. I click record, I press record on my video on my phone, and I shoot the video start to finish. Unless something happens which is way out of my control, something happens which is completely random and unpredictable, I may have to cut that out of the video. But apart from that, I just run these videos start to finish. I talk, I give you the content, I give you some helpful tips, whatever that may be, and I press stop. And that is how I now make my videos. That alone has had a massive impact on my business. So what you need to do is you need to, if you are fed up editing your videos and it's just causing you to just lose a lot of interest in content creation. If you're at a point where you're just fed up and you just can't keep creating content like this anymore because you don't want to sit there for hours on end editing content, I totally understand. The answer, the solution is to make videos like this. Raw, authentic videos, start to finish. Now, I will just say, it isn't just because it makes it easier when you come to edit the videos, because there is no editing. It isn't only that. The other benefit you're going to get from doing things this way is your videos will be a lot more authentic. Because one of the things that I've realized, especially over the last 12 months, is AI has become really big. You sometimes don't know what to believe. You go to YouTube, you watch these videos, and you're sat there and you're thinking, is that video real? Is this the actual person in the video? Is he really doing this? Is he really saying this? Is that scene actually real? And you just don't know. You don't know what is real and what isn't now with AI, because it's come on so much over the last 18 months. So as a result of that, I feel, and this is something you can try yourself, I feel that making these types of videos where these are anti-edit type videos, not only will you save a lot of time, effort, hassle, stress, anxiety, because you won't have to then edit the videos and go back and listen to your own voice for another half hour, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. But you will also build a little bit more trust, and you will come across as a lot more authentic. Because as AI progresses, it's only going to get worse. People are not going to know what to believe and what is real, because you can even make a real person sit there and make them look like someone different. So when you make these types of videos where I just shoot my phone, I just shoot a video from my phone like this in my car, I don't edit anything, these are very raw, authentic videos. Yes, they are sometimes a little bit more difficult to make in some ways, because it means that anything that you mess up on, you can't really edit out the video, but you still can. Like I said to you a few moments ago, if you do anything in the video and you really cock things up, you can go back through and take the video out, put the video in your editing software, and you can take that out. But you just have to be a little bit mindful not to say too many ums and ahs and not hesitate too much. All I do in my videos is I have a plan in my mind what I'm going to talk about. So then I can explain that in the video a lot easier, because I go through everything in my mind before I press record on my phone. So yes, you do have to have a little bit of a plan, but you don't necessarily need a script. You don't need a teleprompter. You don't need a script to actually read from. You shouldn't really anyway. If you know enough about your particular market, your niche, your industry, then you shouldn't need loads of notes in front of you or a script or any type of teleprompter, because you just shouldn't. If you know enough about whatever niche it is that you're involved in and you want to create content around it, you should have enough experience and knowledge already in that niche to be able to just talk about it like this on video without having lots of different content in front of you to give you to keep you on track. So this is how I now make my videos, and let me tell you, it is so much more enjoyable. I can make these videos in 15-20 minutes. I mean, we'll be going for 10 minutes now. So try this yourself, and I guarantee you will start to enjoy the content creation process so much more. But it doesn't just stop here. You can use this strategy when you create training videos as well. You don't just have to do this when you create public content for places like YouTube, Facebook and places like that. You can do this for your online courses as well. So if you've got any digital courses that you sell, when you make your videos, you could do it like this. You could just do anti-edit videos. And yes, this does mean that when I grab a coffee and I shoot these videos, that does mean I take a sip of my coffee now and again. And that's just one of the things. But this is how I now do it. And it's so much more enjoyable. So there are options. It's not a case of you have to become an expert in editing your videos, because I'm going to be honest with you, I have never been one for sitting there and editing my videos for hours on end. Do you know what? I was actually talking to a guy the other day, and he actually told me that every video that he makes for his channel and for his business, like public content, he has to edit the video for 4 to 5 hours before it's even ready to be put out there. So the video itself takes him half hour to make, but then he spends 4 hours on the editing. That's just ridiculous. I mean, it's up to you if you want to do it that way, but the way I look at things is I want maximum output in my business for the minimum input. That being said, I still want it to be a good quality, but doing things the anti-edit way, like I'm showing you now, I found just works really well. And yes, there are a couple of downsides. If you make mistakes or something happens, or if your phone rings or someone knocks on your window in your car, or if someone knocks on the door in your office, someone may come in. Yes, all these things happen. But if it's that important and that crucial for you to make sure it's not in the video, you can still put your video into the video software and edit that out of the video software. You can do that. It's still going to be a lot easier than spending 3 to 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours editing your video. Because let me tell you, you don't need all the fancy editing. One of the things I have seen recently, and I've seen lots of people do this, is they make basic videos, but they still include jump cuts and they still slice the video. And that's still too much editing for me. I'm just not interested in doing that, because as long as the content that you give people is good and you can hold people's attention to a degree, then that is good enough. Because you have to weigh up how much time are you willing to put in on one piece of content versus how much editing are you prepared to do. So you have to balance it out and choose the balance based on the resources you have available, and also how much spare time you have to actually focus on this part of your business. Because it's different. If you have unlimited resources, of course you can pay someone to edit your videos, and you can do that. But most people have a limited amount of resources, and you have to spend your money, your time wisely on what you do. So this is what I now do. This is my anti-edit approach. I've been doing this now for about the last 3 or 4 videos. And let me tell you, it is so much more enjoyable. Yes, you may say the occasional thing, or you might put the occasional or R in and not pronounce certain words correctly. It is what it is. I occasionally do it. But one of the things, and I will just share this with you, one of the things that has really helped me to improve this process on how I now do things is being used to live stream. If you can live stream, and I've done a lot of live streams in the past, so this is something that will really keep you nice and sharp, or it will get you nice and sharp, so that when you do these anti-edit videos, you know the type of mindset you have to be in. Because a lot of people, I find, when they make videos, they know, and this has probably happened to you, you know that you can edit certain things out. So you're not always that bothered about making sure that you pronounce things perfectly the first time. And this can happen a lot of the time. A lot of people will be guilty of this, and maybe you are. So when you make videos, you're thinking to yourself, well, it doesn't make too much difference if I don't do this, or if I say this wrong, or if I don't pronounce that word correctly, because you can then just put it into your video software, edit it out, and then, you know, everything's good. But when you do these anti-edit videos, you can't do that most of the time. As I said, you can, if you really mess things up, you can just take little bits out. But the live streams is something that really helped me to sharpen my senses, so to speak, when I do these anti-edit videos. The live streams, because you're live to your audience, you have to be very careful on what you say. And I wouldn't even say you have to be careful. I would just say you have to think ahead a few seconds before you say things. And that only comes with practice and just a little bit of experience. So the next time you want to make content for your business and you want to create some training, some content, a product, you know, maybe some training within your digital course, or you just want to make a video for YouTube, consider using what I've just explained, because I can guarantee you, you will find it a lot more enjoyable when you start making content, because you then don't have to go back through and listen to yourself talk for another half hour, for another hour. Most of my videos used to take me about an hour and a half to edit. I used to take certain things out. I used to bunch things up more, sort of include jump cuts. And I look back and think, oh, do you know what? Those days are over. I cannot be bothered to do that. So I would rather make these videos, make a couple of mistakes here and there, just so you can see I'm human in my videos, and just put it out there. Be authentic, you know, build more trust with people, because people can see what you see, or what they see is what they get. This is what I now do with my content. Try it yourself. It might not be for you, but what I can assure you of is when you do it and you just put the video out there, it's so much easier, because it's just less stressful. All the anxiety I used to get after I made my video. So I used to spend 35, 40 minutes making the video, and then I used to leave the video on my PC, on my desktop, for 24 hours while I was thinking to myself the style of editing that I wanted to put in that video. I was thinking to myself, right, where can I put the cuts in? Which parts can I take out? Or is there much fluff in the video that I need to remove? So I would spend 12 to 24 hours thinking about how I was going to edit the video. Then I would edit the video, which would take me about 3 hours. Then by the time I published the video, created the thumbnail and all of that, I was just burned out. And this is just one damn video. And I don't just want to make one video a week anymore. I really want to put more content out there. So this is how I do things. I've been doing this way for, I don't know, a couple of months now. And it's working out really well. It's so much easier, so much more enjoyable. Try it yourself and see how you get on. But remember, you can still take the occasional thing out. If you cock things up, you can still put the video into your software and take a couple of words out or a couple of things out if you're not happy with the style of the video. But apart from that, these are the videos I now make, and it's so much more enjoyable. So once you start to create videos like this, you make them once, upload them, and they're done. And you don't even need a customized thumbnail. I mean, this is something that you're going to have to decide on. I'm still on the fence. Do I just run with one of the images from the video with me sat here holding a coffee, talking on camera, or do I want to create a custom thumbnail? I don't know. It's something I'm going to have to decide in time. But try what I've said today in this video, see how you get on. One thing I can guarantee you is that you will find it so much less stressful. There'll be less anxiety, and you'll be able to focus more on creating good, solid content than you do have to editing the actual content. It's just so much easier, so much more enjoyable, and you can actually start to enjoy the content a lot more. Now, if you do want more help or some more training on how to create better content for your videos, how to create a digital course, and just about everything else in between, I've got a completely free members area that you can get access to for completely free. Just go to coffeeshopincome.com. You can get the link in the description, click the button, go through to the page, enter your email and your name, and you can get access for completely free. It's a completely 100% free members area, and there's over 180 training videos in there. So if you're serious about building any type of online digital course or digital business, making money from the internet anywhere from, anywhere in the world, then this training will really help you. It's completely free. We cover all different types of information, list building, sales funnels, product creation, you name it, everything is in there. So I've made this a completely free members area for you. So go and check it out if you've got a few minutes spare. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out this next video above, because if you want to see how I made over $1 million by selling simple video courses in my business, this will show you what I did and also some of the mistakes I made, and you can make sure you don't make the same mistakes as well. So that video will be above this one. So click on that next and go and watch that.